Hey everyone, this is Wade from FishFinderMounts.com. I want to show you guys our 5/8H 4.5 kayak mounting kit. The kit provides you everything you need to mount and power your fish finder on your kayak, and it provides also the mechanism for the transducer. That is our magnetic transducer mount. So I'm going to show you all of this stuff. When you get the product, it's going to come in the box with a lid already actually fastened together. There's a battery inside the battery box, as you can see here. You're going to lift this guy out. In this case, because we are going to, we've chosen the gear track adapter kit as part of the our solution for this particular kayak. We're going to be putting it on. I'll show you guys that very shortly. You line up the holes in the bottom, and when you get this, these screws will be in there. So in here, you'll see right in these holes. You'll just take these two screws out, and then you just line them up. And then you get them in place. Same thing for this guy. And now you've got your gear track adapter with the T-bolts assembled right on there. Maybe if the camera can back off a little bit there. It's probably a bit close. So we're going to take our battery. It's already got the power cable installed. It would be like that when you get it. And then we're going to take the lid, and you want to make sure this nub lines up with the opening here. The camera can come in from this side and look. I'll just take the lid and put it over, and the camera can come up top. Put our screws in here. Oh, before we do this, we cannot forget, you'll also get the swivel plate. Obviously the Garmin base won't be on there, but I've already installed the Garmin base. You can see all these pre-drilled holes in the bottom for all the different fish finders. These three were actually for the Garmin Striker 4 CV Plus, so you're good to go already. We're just going to take this guy apart because you're going to need these mechanisms, these parts, one being a 1/4 20-inch long T-bolt, and you can see how the hex head fits inside the trap there, so it cannot spin on you. So we're going to take it and put it on the underside of it, hold it, and just put it on. Boom, she's on. And then we take these screws here, and put it on. Screw everything together, just like so. Then we take our swivel plate, again, the ribs that you can see here to the bottom. We take the rubber washer first, and we put it on top of the 1/4 20 bolt that we put into the underside of the lid. And then we just screw that guy on. And that will act like a compression stop, the rubber washer, so it's stuck. And when you want to move it, you can just loosen it off and swivel it 360 degrees, whatever detent you want it to be at. The Garmin Striker, all it does is it just slides right into this base, just like so. It snaps in, and then you can actually rotate this. A lot of fish finders you can't actually rotate, so this particular one you can, but a lot of them, you know, that's where the beauty of our mount comes into play for some of those. In this case, for the swiveling feature, because you can't swivel some of them, but you can with our mount anyways. So we're just going to take this guy that's all assembled over here, if the camera can follow me. We've got a New Canoe Frontier 10-footer here, 10-foot kayak. And what I've done is that we sell these tracks as well. This is an 8-inch Scotty gear track. The screws that you see in here also come with it, and they're just self-tapping. Just use a hand driver and just nicely just put them in. You don't want to over torque them or anything. There's not a heck of a lot of meat in these walls of these kayaks, so you don't want to really reef on it or anything. Just get it in there nice and firmly, and you're done. And I wanted to have it in the middle. You can actually put these guys like you're going to take your gear track strip you can see here, and you're going to loosen off these T-bolts, like the wing nuts for the T-bolts on both sides. You're going to loosen that guy off. And we could even slide it down on the side of your new canoe product. If you have a kayak like this, you can just take your T-bolt and just bear with me here. Let's get this aimed sideways. You can just take this guy, move it down. In fact, you don't even really need to. You could put the T-bolts in the track first if you wanted. You won't have to have it like this, and you can just secure everything right down onto their track. But I wanted it to be in the middle myself, so I installed this extra track that we sell in the middle. But there you go. If the camera backs off, you can see how everything. I'm gonna just actually attach power to all the powering cable. The cabling, like these plug systems here, they come from us in this kit. So you'll actually crimp, you can see the crimp job that's been done here. You'll crimp the Fish Finder power cable to this power cable, which has the same plug as what's coming out of the battery box. So it's all seamless for you. And so we've got that guy installed. We can tighten these wing nuts down, and it's in place nice and firmly. And so I'll just power up the unit. If the cameraman goes backwards away from us a little bit, I can power up the unit so everybody can see that the power is indeed resident and active. So there you have the Garmin control head on there. Everything you need to mount and power your fish finder right here. We'll install it in the middle track. But before I do that, what I'm going to show you guys, if the camera can look at me here for a sec, I'm going to show you guys our magnetic transducer mount. You're probably wondering what this mechanism right down here was. This is our magnetic transducer mount. So it allows you to put your transducer on a kayak such as this without having to drill holes in the kayak. So you can just take it. You take the one magnetic block from fishfindermounts.com. Everything you need to mount and power your fish finder. And boom, they just go right together. And you can actually move this. You can see I can move the whole kayak with this on. The whole thing. In fact, I can even pull it and push it without the magnets separated. That is how powerful these things are. So if you're wondering, will magnets be strong enough? These are rare earth super magnets that we've got in here, and we've got 16 of them. They're super powerful altogether. This is actually our Xpower version of the mount. We have another model, our standard 15mm. It's not the Xpower. It's a little less powerful. It's still very powerful though. And with a Frontier, with a smaller transducer, that's no problem. We like to recommend the Xpower when you get into the thicker materials and you're getting much bigger transducers, such as the transducer over here. The camera just follows me. This is an Elite 5 Ti, or the total scan transducer, or 3D scan transducer. It is huge from Lowrance. This is actually 10 inches long, and you can see it's quite wide as well. So if you're going to have something like that, you're going to install in a kayak like this. The camera can look at me here. If you're going to be installing something like that on a kayak like this, that's where we would say, yeah, definitely get this Xpower Magnetic Transducer mount. It's $9 more for the upgrade. So if you take this guy, this is, as I've shown you guys, I've put it on here, and this is what you can use your T-nut here. I've actually added an extension arm onto the product, so you've got a total of 5 inches of reach here. And we can actually, let's take this guy off if you want. We could do that right now. I can show you how this works. You can actually spin this if you want it on a transom of an aluminum boat. So a lot of guys, they'll have an aluminum boat and they'll have a kayak, and they'll want to put their transducer and swap their fish finder gear between the two boats. Well, this is a fabulous way to do that. Since I'm going to be going like this way, I want the transducer to follow me in the water, or follow parallel, or be parallel to the kayak hull. So we'll take this guy and we'll assemble it onto the Garmin Striker 4 CV Plus transducer here. We just take the wing nut off. This is what we call our fork washer. And we just take this guy and we take the bolt You can see the hole through here, through the hole through the actual Garmin transducer bracket. You just take that guy, take this, and there she is all together. We can just take her wing nut and tighten it up nice and tight. And of course this would go onto here. Like you see here. So you've got your transducer on your kayak. Now we can actually move this magnet set, if the camera backs up a little bit over here, over this way, swing over this way, yeah, like that. No, not that far, but right there. We can actually take this guy and move it up and down where we want it within the kayak. The magnets follow each other, so we could have it right next to us. And I like it to be close to me because I like to control it when I'm launching and beaching out of the water. You know, off the beach. I don't want the transducer at this point. I'm going to push my kayak into the water. I don't want this getting all scraped up and damaged and so on and so forth. So I've got it here. I can reach down easily. I can loosen off the T-bolt once I'm in the water, or the T-nut, and just drop my transducer nicely down so that we got a good straight trajectory down to the bottom of the lake or the sea, wherever you're fishing. And so my fish finder's right there, and here I am paddling. No problem. This is nice and low. It's so small that it doesn't interfere with your paddle. So this is a great mount from that perspective too. There's all these sort of arm systems out there. This kills those for just, you can just see the myriad of just pros that are involved with this, because it's small, because you can move it around from boat to boat very easily. You know, you don't have to buy extra hardware and mount it. It mounts itself on the material or on the hull wall. So we're going to take the control head here and finish off the job in the middle. Again, if the camera swings over around this way and looks down this way, this again, you can buy this under our Kayak Mounts page or our accessories page on fishfindermounts.com under shop. We're just going to have the camera look at the T-bolt here. We're going to swing this guy off. Just rotate it, and then you can pivot it and bring it all the way off like so. And we'll take it and we'll put it on the sky. You can see the slots wider here. That's where the T-bolts slide in. And then the same with the one at the back. They drop in. And then you just tighten this guy off just like we did before. And now you have your system right in the middle of the kayak. So you might want to route your wires differently. You know, that's easily done. You can bring them around the hook here. As an example, just take some cable out here. Pop it on there. So you could do that. Whatever you prefer. You could get some other hardware and put it all together. And just pop the power section off. The Garmin control head actually also comes off right here. So that's a nice easy way of getting to it and working with it. Put the power back in. Snap it back on its base, on its mounting post. There we go. So I could take it away. I could twist it away from myself if I like so, and then just turn the control head around, and then just power it back on. Just like so. So now you've got your fish finder right in the floor, all ready to go, and we can take our transducer here once we're in the water. And actually, let's just move it down a bit. And we can just drop it like so right into the water. And this is still not, this position here is still not a stretch for me to just reach forward and tilt it up out of the water, like you see. So you've got your whole system right here on a new canoe, Frontier 10-foot kayak, everything you need to mount and power your fish finder, the 5AH 4.5 kayak mount kit. This will do, like I said at the beginning of the video, this will do a good couple days with a fish finder like this with a 4-inch screen, and you'll get a good long day out in the water with a 5-inch screen. We also have non-powered systems where there's no battery involved. Maybe you have a solution with your for your battery already. Sometimes guys put motors on kayaks and things like that. They have a battery somewhere within the kayak already. You don't need the battery pack here. The thing I like about this though, why I like our powered system so much myself, is that if you want it, when you want to charge it and everything, it's very, very easy just to take off. And I'm going to do that, show you, finalize this video by showing you how easy this stuff is now also to take off and remove. So we got that guy, and if the camera backs off a little bit, you can take our magnetic transducer mount, slide it down. In this case, sometimes you have hatches in other parts of your kayak, you don't need to actually slide it, and you can just twist the two magnets apart, and boom, there she is. And everything is ready to go back into the house or into your vehicle, nice and secure. And you can just take this guy, and the charger we sell on our website under accessories, and most of our pages have the charger. It also has the same plug as this, so that you can just unplug that guy and plug it right into our charger, and you can just leave the battery on the charger for days and days perpetually. It'll manage the charger or the battery for you. It won't overcharge you. It'll make it last a long time. If you're in the habit of, once you use it, get it back onto the charger and leave it there, it's going to last. The battery will last you a good long while. So this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com. To get a system like this, you can call us at 1-855-784-3474. But the main thing is to go to fishfindermounts.com. www.fishfindermounts.com. Shop at the top left corner of the website. Kayak, and once you hover over that or you click on that, you'll look for the kayak mounts category. That's where you can get your kayak mounting systems, both powered and non-powered. Our non-powered stuff gives you everything you need to mount your fish finder and transducer. And I just also want to show you guys a great feature with our magnetic transducer mount, is that it's so small that it won't interfere with your paddling. You can have it right next to you here, no problem if you want. Pull it over, and you can see here that it's not going to affect my paddling whatsoever. It's out of the way. So that's another great feature of our small but yet very powerful, very, very effective magnetic transducer mounts. You can, if you just need the magnetic transducer mount for your kayak, you can get that at on our website, fishfindermounts.com, under shop and transducer mounts. When I'm launching and beaching, tilt it up out of the water, lock it in, and you can just run your boat right up on shore. You don't have to worry about scratching up your transducer and everything. And when you're back in the water, like I am now, we can just let that drop over the side and then just tighten up, if the camera can get this feature here, just tighten up the T-knob, and boom, you're set up and ready to go. So this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com showing you our awesome Xpower Magnetic Transducer mount. We also have a standard one as well, which are both very, very effective on kayaks. Thanks for watching, everyone.